Hey friends, I'm Dr. Namita Shriyan and I'm going to come and talk about a topic in biology today. Have you ever wondered how the various processes in our body just take place without even us realizing about it? That is coordination. And in our body, there are two types of coordination. The nervous coordination, that is because of the nervous system, and second is the chemical coordination. This chemical coordination is because of certain chemical messengers which we call as hormones. And today I am going to talk about these hormones and their action in our body. So let's start. Let us first understand the definition of hormones. As I said, they are the chemical messengers. These are non-nutrient chemicals which act as intercellular messengers and are produced in trace amounts. When I say trace amounts, that means they are produced in really small amounts. But remember, even a little less than that or little more than this trace will produce an effect on our body. That means a hyposecretion or hypersecretion will definitely show its effect on our body. Now let us know that these hormones are produced by special glands in our body called as endocrine glands. These endocrine glands are ductless glands. That is, they do not have ducts or channels through which they can pour their secretions, that is the hormones. So these hormones are poured directly into the blood, and through the blood they circulate and reach the target organs to show their effect. Now there are four different types of hormones. The first among them are the peptide, polypeptide or the protein hormones. You must be knowing about insulin and glucagon. It is so much talked about. They are basically protein hormones. The second type are the steroids. Your androgens, that is testosterone, estradiol, estrogen, all are examples of steroid hormones. The third category are the iodothyronins. Here, iodine forms a very important component. Your thyroid hormones, that is triiodothyronin and tetraiodothyronin, that is T3 and T4, are perfect examples of iodothyronins. The fourth are the amino acid derivatives. You must have heard about adrenaline or epinephrine. That is an amino acid derivative. So how do these hormones act? As I have said, that they are poured directly into the blood, and through the blood they reach the target organs. So you have to understand these hormones either move freely as they are as molecules, or sometimes they move bound to proteins. Your steroid hormones generally travel through blood bound to proteins. They produce their effect on the target organs because these target organs have special cells which we call as hormone receptors on the surface or inside them. That means these hormones, as they are traveling to the blood, cannot show their action on any other cells because the hormone receptors will not be present. So we have two types of receptors. Membrane-bound receptors, that is receptors which are present on the cell membrane, and the second type are intracellular receptors. We also call them as nuclear receptors because they are present within the nucleus. You have to remember that the hormone and the receptors are like a lock and key. So the specific hormone will only fit into a specific receptor like a lock and key. If you remember, a similar kind of lock and key mechanism also works with our enzyme and substrate. So once the hormone comes and locks with that particular receptor, it might be a membrane-bound receptor or it might be an intracellular receptor, doesn't matter. It will form a hormone receptor complex. The moment this complex is formed, there will be certain biochemical and physiological changes within the cell which will bring about changes in the entire working of the cell. So this is how the hormones act on the target organs as they circulate through the blood. Now let us know how protein hormones and amino acid derivatives act on the body. Now these are proteins, so they are water soluble, so they very easily bind with membrane-bound receptors. The moment they bind with them, there will be certain changes within the cell and there will be biochemical and physiological changes and it will act. So we have come to know how hormones act. We'll know more about it further in the lecture. Thank you so much.